In Dragons Dogma 2, early on, you actually spend a lot of gold resting at inns and not really using your gold in a meaningful way. So instead, you can use your gold to invest in a home, saving yourself countless gold while also having a fairly reliable space to store your gear. This only requires a few thousand gold as an investment, 20k to be exact, and keep in mind in 10 rests you'll consume at least 20,000 gold in major cities, meaning you're losing a ton of gold after you spend about 10 rests when you could just invest that into just buying a home. So in this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to get a home early in the game with very little effort and even give you a few tips on where to get some gold along the way. Here at Fervor Gaming, we'll be keeping you covered on all things Dragons Dogma 2, including tips and tricks, builds, and awesome guides just like this one. So drop us a like to help us out, and with that said, let's begin. So first off, I'm going to assume you're at Melv, and from here there's a few places you can hit to give yourself a sizable amount of gold for the investment to buy the home. Once you get to Burnworth, you will receive 6,000 gold, so you just need to make up 14k, and within the city there will be at least 10k that I found randomly, but I don't remember exactly where they are. But we're going to look at other things to give yourself some gold as you make your way to Burnworth. So first, heading from Melv to Border Watch Outpost, in a bit northeast there's a massive cave system in the Waterfall Cave. I highly suggest you rest, as there's a lot of really strong enemies that's within it, and as far as I've played so far, this is the biggest cave system that I've been a part of. But if you're fully rested and you have a full team, it should be more than easy enough for your team to pretty much handle this area. Within there's a ton of spell books, gear, and weapons for you to sell or gather. This cave alone will probably net you most of what you need to pay for the home, but again, there's some things you may want to keep, so we're gonna go on to some other stuff to give yourself some gold. Heading southeast in what I would call the midpoint to Burnworth, you'll notice a tower that has a few bandits, and within this tower will be a basement with a chest containing about 4,000 gold, as well as ton of bandits with gold when you loot their body, and even a few pieces of gear if you look around. Also, the camp to the south of this will have some gear as well, and the nearby cave system once again will yield you some really good resources and some gold which you can use to buy your home. Once again, it is marked here on the map, so make sure you take note of it. But after you finish, you're going to make your way towards Burnworth, which is going to be southwest like. There are a lot of cave systems, a lot of things to do leading here, and by the time you get to Burnworth, you should have more than 20,000 gold to pay for the home. Once you get into the city, you will be given 6,000 gold automatically after a cutscene. It's actually hard to notice it, but you do get it. And then from there, you need to head to the spot that's marked here on the map next to the tavern, and you're going to talk to a lady named Mildred, which is basically going to tell you that she's going to wander around the world and she wants you to use her house for a week, or we just kind of watch it. I'm not exactly sure why she's giving you a house for a week, but nonetheless, you get to have the house for an entire week. Now, in order to find her, she's going to be located at the one marked on my screen. There's also a little house marked on it. You're not going to have this until you actually buy the house, but it'll be marked by 1 on the map, and then here you just basically talk to her and she will go and give you the house key. Now, in order to purchase the home, you do have to pass the time by a week, so this means that if you have time sensitive missions, you could in theory miss out on them. So make sure that you go do those time sensitive missions before you do the tactic that I use, which is just basically going to the bed and resting until the morning 7 times, in which you will get a notification in the top left let you know when you've completed the quest for Mildred, which is basically staying in her house for 7 days. And from there, you just talk to Mildred right outside, and from there you will purchase the home for 20,000 gold, and just like that, you have access to a home that you can pretty much do as you please, in which you can deposit and store your goods and rest for free. Now, that is my very quick guide on how to get yourself a very quick home early on in Dragons Dogma 2. Just remember, if this video did help you guys out, consider leaving me that like, because it does help me quite a bit, and also consider subscribing if you do like this style of content, and I'll see you guys in the next video very soon.